right. Good evening, USA, Canada, Long Island, aka Strong Island, plus the five spots of Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Staten Island, and Queens. This is your man G Money Stacks, aka the Gregonator, YouTuber, creator, host with the most, misunderstood lonely nomad, unstoppable independent podcaster, and rookie podcaster of Laurelton, Queens, New York. Let me start off with a little drum roll, man. Hold on. Let me start off with a little drum roll, man, real quick. Let me start with a little drum roll. Let me find it. Here it is. We have reached the 200th episode of Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast. How about that, folks? I want to take the time to reflect and highlight some stuff, man. For real, man. This really means a lot to me. I know I was supposed to have some guest co-hosts with me, but I'm still waiting to see what's going on. But whatever comes up, I'm just gonna have to wing it. But yeah, let me just make some noise for myself, man. For real. Oh my gosh, man. It it was on. It only felt like it was just 2 years ago when I started this podcast, man. And I only did this because it's just been it. It was very therapeutic for me. And during the slandemic, I did have some moments during the podcasting days, of course, and of course there were some moments of humor, of course, which is why I wanted to do this because number one, you know, there of course there's some serious stuff to talk about, but at the same token, you also have to you also have to remember your mental health. You have to remember your you're a human being, and sometimes you gotta realize that laughter is basically healing, and it's um the best medicine. And and for the most part, it's been a lot of fun. I've been having a blast for the most part. Yeah. I'm just soaking it in right now. So, without further ado, um let me just cut to the chase and remind everybody that we are live and direct from StreamYard, and alongside with YouTube and alongside of myself is the Instagram live feed chat. You have any comments, if you want to comment some congratulations and all that other stuff for the 200 episode that I just reached, man, go ahead in the comments on the Instagram live feed of the podcast show page. Of course, you can turn on your notifications so you can be in the know when each episode is going to be recorded on the air. And the same goes with YouTube. Grab that subscribe button for me on the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. Tap that noni bell so you can be reminded when the show goes in the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, and of course, be sure to listen, stream, watch these episodes, especially catch up with some of them in case you miss any of them. Everything is all uploaded to the YouTube channel page and streaming platforms, which I will go over at the end of the show. Without further ado, I want to get into a little thing that I like to call mental health check-in, man. For the most part, though, man. Let's do this. Now, as far as how I'm feeling mentally, physically, and spiritually, you ask. Um, I'm actually right now. I'm just like taking it in like a sponge with all the success that I have right now, mentally, um, physically, and spiritually. I'm just I'm just excited, man. You know what I mean? And we got some amazing topics to actually get to and stuff, including New York related stuff. And of course, I have a lot to say in terms of why I lost respect for Kanye West and all that great stuff whatsoever. Um, so yeah. And for the most part, if you are on the Instagram live feed and you would like to join my live stream, you can go ahead and send a live feed. Um, you can you can send it and I'll add you to the live stream of the Instagram live feed right there. So which is off the Meet Rat Chains NY podcast show page on Instagram. So there you have it right there. Um all right. So overall I'm happy. Overall, I'm happy mentally, physically, and spiritually. I'm just happy, you know what I'm saying, that I just made it to the 200 episode. And I also want to congratulate the guys from the Cheesy Controller podcast that also made it to 200, which is crazy to me, man. And my boy Sean from the Sensibly Cynical podcast also made it to 200, and the women from Around the Way Curls who also made it to um 200 episodes, which is very inspiring to me because it's all about inspiring one another, not to give up on things. Whatever dreams you have, I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's just what I'm trying to do, is just inspire and motivate people into not giving up on their goals and dreams. You feel what I'm saying, folks? Now, yeah, let me congratulate those podcasters real quick who made it to the 200 episodes and stuff and up. Yeah, hold on a minute. All right, let me acknowledge somebody from the chat. Um, Toxic Coco, thank you for the congrats. I appreciate you. Um, and speaking of congrats, man, I want to turn my attention to a company that I was listening to on Miranda Wright's Instagram live feed yesterday night. And this company is called Save a Brain Incorporated, and they are part of the mental health check-in segment right here. And this is what their mission is about. So Save a Brain's mission is basically, we are a Utah-based nonprofit whose mission is to provide education, encourage prevention, and spread awareness of the long-term mental and physical effects of traumatic brain injuries and concussions, which involves, athletes, whether it's football, whether it's football, of course, actually, football, there's baseball and all that other stuff, whatsoever. Um, and and they also have a cookbook, a short, easy to digest resource for those looking to use food as medicine for their brains. And of course, you can make a donation. Your donation Your donations are helping us to create a concussion curriculum and other educational content that we plan to distribute to schools, resorts, and other community programs. We are so grateful for your support and appreciate your contribution. And this woman, her name is Kelsey Boyer. I actually saw her on the Instagram live feed of Miranda Rights. Shouts to Miranda Rights for doing this. Rights Wednesdays. You know what I'm saying? So this is Kelsey's story. So the idea started when founder Kelsey Boyer sustained a traumatic brain injury from snowboarding after having intensive surgery to drain blood and fluid from her skull. She was sent home after spending multiple days in the ICU. Long story short, she was sent on her way with next to no information beyond "don't hit your head again," experiencing both emotional and physical lingering trauma. Kelsey was living a life she couldn't fathom. You can listen to her story on the website, and let me see. Let me see what they got here. So let me just let's see who are the team members here, man. Let's get a look at this. This is Kelsey Boyer, founder and owner. And we have Micah Anderson, marketing director, Melissa Ratano, director of social media and content, and of course Morgan Cibetta, creative director. And of course, board of directors includes Danica Duffy, Chelsea Moore, Jen Harmon, Jennifer um, Piccioni, Carly Harrington, Tom Wally, and Oye, and Maggie Gonzalez. So yeah. What else? What else do they have here? So this is okay, so all right, so the helmets thing. Okay, so this is what um happened recently. Okay, so okay, so this is what's going on in their website. So most recently this month. So hi friends, how do vampires address their letters? Whom it may concern. Spooky season is upon us, which means the foliage is in full swing. Temps are cooling down and winter is around the corner. We're elated to announce that our October's Happy Helmets is made possible by Smith's generous donation. We've also had the pleasure of teaming up with Bicycle Collective, who is a local UT nonprofit. So, wow, this is pretty interesting right here, man. Um, I'm gonna let y'all check out this blog. Um, this is amazing. and I'm pretty sure that a lot of people are pretty proud of you guys for doing this. And concussion is actually part of the mental health category as far as athletes in football, as far as like concussions in terms of getting hit by pitches in baseball, which is another thing that's crazy too. And sometimes people get hit in the head with a basketball as well, which is crazy. Um So I have to say, man, I have to say this is pretty amazing and this is pretty dope though. And and wow. So this is so basic. Okay, hold on. Yeah, okay. So their vision, I'm gonna actually look at this actually, is a community in which people of all abilities experience the power of recreation whenever and wherever they choose. They are doing incredible things and they are happy to have volunteers along for adventures, which could include cycling, mountain biking, skiing, snowboarding, etc. Check out their extensive events calendar in the link that says here on their website to see how you can get involved in person. If in person events aren't your thing, see other ways you can support here. Um, wow. So this is um so wow. This okay. One thing I'll say about Save a Brain Incorporated is that they are the superheroes of 2022, and I have to say this because this is like a grand gesture of you know educating people as far as like what they do, and as far as like concussions, athletes be having CTE scans and stuff. So that's pretty much what this is. So you folks out there can check out their website, saveabraininc.com. That's www.saveabraininc.com. All right. There you have it, folks. And you can follow them on Instagram as well, if I could find it actually. Yes, they have an Instagram, as a matter of fact. Yes, they have an Instagram, so you can follow them on there as well. Yes, with the same name, Save a Brain. Same as the website, so that's pretty good. Um, all right, so there you have it. Um, all right. So thank you for doing this and being the heroes that you are today. Yeah. Okay, what else we have here? Of course, let's get into a little thing that I like to call New York Mass Transit Files right here. Let's do this. All right. All right. So here's what's going down with the with the with the mass transit situation. So let's get into this. Um let me see, let me see, let me see. Let me see. Oh, okay. All right. So trick or streets. Yes, here we go. Trick or streets. All right. Because Halloween's around the corner, I actually get into this. So nearly 100 open streets across the city will go car free on Halloween evening as everyone from ghouls and goblins to princesses and Power Rangers head outside to go trick or treating. Ooh, trick or treating sounds a little doozy right there. So let's get into the Halloween aspect right here, man. So let's get into it though. Um, all right. Trick or Streets, as it's been deemed, will see dozens of open streets expand their hours to host costume candy collectors from 4 to 8 p.m. on October 31st, which is Halloween. The Department of Transportation announced on Monday. I am incredibly excited to build on the triumph of our thriving open streets program by launching our first ever Trick Streets initiative this Halloween, providing greater access to safer shared community spaces, said DOT Commissioner Edonis Rodriguez in a statement. Um, the festivities should allow for a Halloween night that is fun, spooky, and yet still safe. With so many children out there on the streets after dark, Halloween is often the deadliest night of the year for pedestrians across America. Hallows Eve will also see Halloween events at a number of pedestrian plazas, as well as activities on some streets not previously open. The largest festivities will take place on 34th Street in Jackson Heights, Queens, which is the city's longest open street, covering 27 blocks between 69th Street and Junction Boulevard. So the DOT also cut the ribbon on the transformed 34th Avenue, which honchos say will now permanently prioritize cyclists and pedestrians on a once car-centric thoroughfare. The corridor has seen a 41.7 percent reduction in crashes injuring pedestrians since the open street was first formed. DOT says, though, that didn't stop automotive partisan locals from heckling poles at the opening. Um, yeah, so that's good that they actually are expanding hours for Halloween. That's pretty good. Let's see what else can we talk about here. Let me see if I got everything. Um, let's see. All right, so let's get into chatting on the jazz right here, man. Let's get into it. All right, let's do it. All right. All right, let's get into all right, before I even get to the Kanye shit, let's get into some what happened in New York and stuff. So, man terrorizes woman, young sons with a knife out of all things. Why? I don't know. So, a man terrorized a mom and her two young kids with a knife near the Central Park Carousel on Sunday afternoon, authorities said. Damian Green Ayala, age 30, brandished the blade and menaced the 27-year-old woman and her boys, aged 9 and 6, as they tried to purchase tickets to the carousel around 2 p.m. Cops alleged. Green Ayala, who lives in Queens, was taken into custody a short time later. Police said he was charged with endangering the welfare of a child, criminal possession of a weapon, and menacing, authorities said. Green Ayala was later released without bail at his Monday night arraignment. As of September 25th, major crime in Central Park is up 27% this year compared to last, a spike that's largely driven by upticks in felony assault and robbery, NYPD data show. Oh boy. In late August, a man tore through the green space on a Saturday morning and sucker punched two people, a 34-year-old man from Colombia and an 83-year-old woman, police said at the time. The 34-year-old declined medical attention, but the elderly woman hit her head after she was pushed to the ground, and she was sent to the hospital, cops said. On September 18th, a real estate broker was walking home from the Upper East Side around 12:45 a.m. when three teens robbed him at knife point. I heard three people running behind me, so I turned around so they wouldn't run into me. The victim, Zach Gutierrez, age 35, told the Post in an email after the incident. One of them took my arm as if he was my friend and wanted to tell me something. His friends pulled out a large white knife, and then he took me. And then he took hold on a second. And then he took out a similar one. Gutierrez panicked and gave the teens his wallet and phone before they sprinted off into the dark. I realized walking through the park at night could be dangerous, but it never has been for me in the years I've done it, Gutierrez said. On August 14th, a tourist from Saudi Arabia was just outside of Central Park near the corner of Fifth Avenue and East 59th Street when he was mugged at gunpoint around 4:30 a.m. Cops said previously. The 24-year-old's cell phone was stolen and was not physically injured. Wow. Hold on. Let me give a shout out to somebody who just came in. This is from the top underscore NYC. Thank you for coming in and watching this live stream on Instagram Live. If you have any comments you want to chime in, and as far as like the as we get into the Kanye West thing, you can go ahead and chime in into the comments on Instagram Live right here, and whoever's online, Devarnier, who's from the Pricey Cookie Podcast or whatever, you're welcome to chime in and all that stuff. So let me see, yeah, hold on a second. Let me see if I can send. Let me see something. Hold on a second, folks. Let me see something here. Hang on a minute here. All right, in a couple of minutes, I guess we'll see what's going on here. But anyway, man, let me just get started in the whole Kanye West thing, man. Starting with the fucking White Lives Matter shit. Then hold on a second. Let me just make sure my tablet's on the fritz working. So let's see. Let me get to this White Lives Matter shit though, man. Yes, a few people also chimed in too on the whole White Lives Matter shit though. So let's get into it. So this is according to Deadline. In his extended interview with Tucker Carlson, Kanye West criticized his ex-wife Kim Kardashian. Kim is a Christian, but she has people who want her to go to Interview magazine and put her ass out. West said she's a 40-year-old woman with 4 black children. This is how fashion treats you. There are so many things that are put into Kim's head. He said that influencers have people around them all the time telling them what to be afraid of. He also addressed criticism from Vogue contributing editor Gabriella Carifa Johnson and Gigi Hadid, the latter of whom called him a bully and a joke. West said that they were part of a group mob, which he described as liberal Nazis. Oh, yeah, right. That will go up and attack you, and that had Anna Wintour's approval. Previously, after a week of controversy over the White Lives Matter shirt, he debuted at his Yeezy Season 9 show during Paris Fashion Week. Kanye West sat for an interview with Tucker Carlson, which is set to air on the Fox News host show, which already happened already. Ahead of that, the network released 3 clips in which the hip hop superstar fires back at his detractors. My so-called friends, handlers around me told me if I said that I like Trump, that my career would be over, that my life would be over. Kanye told the Fox News host. They said stuff like people get killed for wearing a hat like that. They threatened my life. They basically said that I would be killed for wearing the hat. I had someone call me last night and said anybody wearing a White Lives Matter shirt is going to be greenlit. That means they are going to beat them up if I wear it. I'm like, okay, green light me then. West's stance with the shirt has led to condemnation. His spokesman quit.
According to MTV News, Jaden Smith, in attendance at the Yeezy show, walked out and later spoke out online. Vogue's first black female cover stylist, Gabriella Carifa Johnson, also issued a series of criticisms saying the t shirts this man conceived, produced, and shared are pure violence. There is no excuse. There is no art there. Then came today's piece from the New York Times fashion critic Vanessa Friedman. Her review of his collection from Paris, published. Um, yes, published. Yes, published. Hold on a second, folks. Yeah, published. Yes, published. Hang on a second. Yes, published. Um, yeah, published. Today is titled "There is no excuse for Ye's White Lives Matter shirt." Closer to his pocketbook earlier today, Adidas, which has a years long partnership with the rapper to distribute pieces from his Yeezy line, issued the following statement. After repeated efforts to privately resolve the situation, we have taken the decision to place the partnership under review. We will continue to co manage the current product during this period. That comes less than a month after Kanye moved to dissolve the 10-year deal he signed in 2020 with Gap. It's a significant move given that his Yeezy Gap line reportedly made $1 billion in sales in the first year, according to Forbes. In 2021, Bloomberg estimated that about $970 million of the hip hop mogul's fortune was attributable to the Gap deal. In the second video, Carlson asked the rap mogul about an ultrasound photo hanging on a lanyard around his neck. It just represents life. I'm pro-life, Kanye responds. Asked about the reactions he's gotten, the Yeezy brand Garmento says, I don't care about people's reactions. Of the media criticism, Kanye told Carlson in the third bit of footage, we are in a battle with the media, like the majority of the media has a godless agenda and their jokes are not working. This whole, like, oh, Ye's crazy and all work because the media has, they've also watched travesties happen, just even specifically to me, and just watch it and act like it wasn't happening. You are fucking crazy, Kanye. For the hate speech, I'm gonna actually share my thoughts on this after I get to a couple, and they stay quiet about it. Okay, more Kanye West news, man. Oh my goodness, I'm waiting. I'm just waiting for this though, man. A few people, including John Legend, Lizzo, and more, call out Kanye for unacceptable post. And this is from People. This is from People.com. Stars like John Legend, Lizzo, Jack Antonoff, um, and more are speaking out against Kanye West's recent bullying and anti-Semitic comments. The stars are among a handful of celebrities publicly criticizing the 45-year-old rapper who had his Instagram and Twitter accounts restricted after he threatened to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. Legend did not mention his former friend by name, but alluded to the comments on Twitter, writing, weird how all these free, independent thinkers always land at the same old anti blackness and anti Semitism. Atonov, meanwhile, was more straightforward, calling West a little bitch on Twitter. Oh, serves him right, man. Hold on. Yeah, I'll explain why in a second. I'll explain why in a second, though. But Yeah, famed songwriter Diane Warren also did not mince words and expressed frustration over the fact that the Donda rapper still has business connections. Strange you ever see hashtag stop Jewish hate trending when we are attacked. Peace, fuck you, Kanye, she wrote on Twitter. Also, a little reminder Kanye using the word death and Jews in the same sentence when 6,000 Jews were murdered. 2 out of 3 European Jews is vile, abhorrent, and irresponsible. Plus, you should be banned for life everywhere. Let's see if all these corporations doing business with anti Semitic fucktard Kanye drop him, which I'll get to next. Nah, no one makes a big deal when it's Jews under attack. Um, yeah. And comedian Sarah Silverman also aired her grievances with the situation, writing on Twitter that she was frustrated by the fact that West's comments did not seem to be garnering significant condemnation from others. And and Kanye threatened the Jews yesterday on Twitter, and it's not even trending. She wrote, "Why do mostly only Jews speak up against Jewish hate? The silence is so loud." Maria Shriver expressed similar thoughts, writing on Twitter, "We all need to get onto it. Those kind of threats and that kind of language need to be condemned by all sides and all faiths. We should never get over something like this." Director Rob Reiner called West a mentally ill anti-Semitic, um, while actor Josh Gad weighed in on an interview with conservative influencer Candace Owens, in which she claimed West's comments were not anti-Semitic. Yes, it was. You stupid bitch. It's incredible how many people can just casually break down the barriers between what should be a very obvious "this is not okay" comment to DEFCON 3 against Jews is so not anti-Semitic. Gad wrote on Twitter. Well, I don't know about all that though, man, but it is hate speech though. The Frozen Star also retweeted a decade-old message from Pink that called West the biggest piece of shit on this earth. The singer originally tweeted during the 2009 MTV Video Music Awards on the night that West interrupted Taylor Swift's acceptance speech for the best female video. Oh wow. Oh, everybody remember that shit. Wow. Oh man. 13 years later, it's aged like the finest of wines. Love you, Pink, Gad wrote. Oh man, after Michael Rappaport, yes, native New Yorker has some has some stuff to say and shared um a short video clip to Twitter, which he slammed West's comments, calling them unacceptable. "I defended you when Pistol Pete Davidson was sugar dicking your wife." But this is unacceptable, okay? He said, "You creep, you are not going to be president. I know you think you are going to manifest it. You are never. I'm gonna be the one to tell you to break the heart of your dream. You are never gonna be president, you prick, you." And I actually agree. Friend star David Schwimmer called West a bigot on Instagram and shared statistics indicating anti Semitism is on the rise around the world. Anti Semitism is on the rise globally. Jews make up only 2.4 of the population of the United States, but are the victims of more than 60% of all religious hate crimes, he wrote, citing an FBI annual report whether or not Kanye West is mentally ill. The idiot said he has bipolar disorder since 2016. Him and Kim Kardashian actually mentioned that shit too. And by the way, he wore that White Lives Matter t-shirt in his daughter's basketball game. And the crazy shit is him and Kim, they're not talking. You know what I'm saying? And there's going to be some more consequences that Kanye West is going to actually face, which is why I'm going to actually get to. I'm going to get to the amount of corporations that dropped his ass, man, and which they should. Let's see. Where was I? Where was I? Okay. Yes. Whether or not Kanye West is mentally ill, yeah, there's no question he is a bigot. Yes, he is. His hate speech calls for violence against Jews. If you interpret his words any other way and defend him, guess what? You are a racist. And that's true. If you don't call someone as influential as Kanye out for his divisive, ignorant, and anti Semitic words, then we are complicit. Silence is complicity. Um, Representative, also a native New Yorker, Alexandria Ocasio Cortez, also weighed in, writing on Twitter that we must reject this garbage wherever we see it. There is absolutely no room in this country or world for anti-Semitism, she wrote. It is important to see how harmful and dangerous Kanye's words are, not only to our Jewish brothers, sisters, and siblings, but also to our collective society at large. Um, Jamie Lee Curtis, who recently had a movie Halloween Kills, also chimed in and discussed West's rhetoric on the Today Show in an emotional clip that was reshared to Instagram by Ariana Grande. I mean, it's bad enough that fascism is on the rise around the world, Curtis said. But on Twitter, on a portal, to pour that in as if Jewish people haven't had it hard enough. The actress whose father, late actor Tony Curtis, was the son of Hungarian Jewish immigrants, says she woke up and I thought my grandparents upon reading West's post. It's just abhorrent. It's abhorrent behavior. I hope he gets help. No, he's not. I hope his children get help from him. It's terrible, she continued, through tears. For Lizzo, West's bullying comments were personal as he mentioned her during an appearance on Fox News Tucker Carlson tonight. And and when Lizzo loses 10 pounds and announces it, the bots, that's a term for like telemarketer callers on Instagram, they attack her for losing weight because the media wants to put out a perception that being overweight is the new goal when it's actually unhealthy, he said. Let's get aside the fact of whether it's fashion and vogue, which is not, or if someone thinks is attractive, to each his own. West added, it's actually clinically unhealthy, and for people to promote that, it's demonic. When Carlson, age 53, asked why those body types are supposedly perpetrated, West responded, it's a genocide of the black race. They want to kill us in any way they can. The About Damn Time singer appeared to reference the comments during a concert on Friday night, in which she spoke out against people insulting her for no motherfucking reason, according to a video obtained by TMZ. I feel like everybody in America got my motherfucking name in their motherfucking mouth for no motherfucking reason. I'm minding my fat, black, beautiful business, Lizzo said in the clip, which was filmed in Toronto. She also asked the crowd if she could take refuge in the great white north, and even took a shot at finding a Canadian spouse for dual citizenship, to which the audience responded with cheers and laughter. In light of his comments, West's Instagram profile was restricted, which prompted him to move to Twitter. He had another post on the platform taken down due to its hateful rhetoric. In a since deleted post from Friday, West shared a screenshot of a text exchange between himself and Diddy, which allegedly appeared to show West claiming that Combs was controlled by Jewish people. Jesus is Jew. He wrote in the caption, reported NBC News. The American Jewish Committee on Friday called out West's language for perpetrating anti-Semitic tropes like greed and control, writing in a statement, in quote, Kanye West should figure out how to make a point without using anti-Semitism. Over the last week, the musician has fomented hatred of Jews. West later had a tweet taken down on Saturday as well after it violated the company's rules. In a now deleted message, West wrote that he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, according to the Hollywood Reporter. I'm a bit sleepy tonight, but when I wake up, I'm going DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, he wrote per the outlet. The funny thing is, I actually can't be anti-Semitic because black people are actually Jews. Also, you guys have toyed with me and tried to blackball anyone whoever opposes your agenda. Oh boy. Not I can't agree with what he says, man. And I can't really agree with what he says though. And I have my reasons, you know what I'm saying? I really do. And that shit is not funny. And that shit is not funny though, man. And I will address my reasons why I lost respect for Kanye West in a couple of seconds though. In other Kanye West related news, first of all, before I get to the Drink Champ shit and the corporations that he basically lost to, so daughter, I didn't even know she had a daughter actually. Um, so so this is according to NME.com, which I don't think anybody has touched on, but I am going to actually touch on it myself. So basically, let's get into it right there, man. Salah Marley, the daughter of Lauryn Hill and granddaughter of the late great Bob Marley, has responded to criticism after she walked as part of Kanye West's Yeezy Season 9 presentation in Paris earlier this week. Wearing like West a t-shirt that read "White Lives Matter," West has faced significant backlash for wearing a t-shirt with the phrase an appropriation of the Black Lives Matter slogan used to protest racial injustice, discrimination, and police brutality during his Yeezy show for Paris Fashion Week on Monday. The rapper was also photographed at the event with Black conservatives pundit Candace Owens, who was wearing a matching shirt. West's actions were condemned by peers in the music and fashion worlds, with the likes of Jaden Smith, rapper Boosie Badass, Supreme creative director Tremaine Emery, and Vogue stylist and fashion editor Gabrielle Carifa Johnson taking issue with the rapper. He responded by doubling down, writing in a post on Instagram that the Black Lives Matter movement was a scam. Is it though? I don't know about that one right there, man. Um, since then, West's stunt has also been criticized by the family of Ahmaud Arbery, who was murdered in a racially motivated hate crime in 2020. Wanda Cooper Jones, Arbery's mother, came forward to express extreme disappointment with West's actions. Black Lives Matter grassroots, meanwhile, shared a statement saying the rapper has sent a performative dog whistle to millions. In addition to West, many of the models who walked as part of West's show also wore clothing emblazoned um, with White Lives Matter, a phrase the Anti-Defamation League has categorized as a hate slogan. Among them was the 23-year-old Marley, who faced backlash on social media herself. Oh, yeah. So this person right here, Telly, says on Twitter, just 2 years ago, Salah Marley ass was marching in them streets, dodging bullets and choking on smoke grenades for George Floyd. Now she and putting on White Lives Matter shirts for Kanye West. I know Bob Marley flipping in his grave. Wow. Whoa, wow. Wow. And this person says on Twitter, I absolutely expect this from Kanye, but Salah Marley has disgraced the name and memory of her grandfather, Bob Marley, and everything her mother stands for. He has the world's black freedom fighter. If you don't know, her mother is the legendary Lauryn Hill. Yeah, we know that. Um, Marley addressed the criticism via her Instagram story on Tuesday. The past 24 hours has allowed me to realize that most of y'all are stuck in the hive mind mentality, she wrote. You do what the group tells you to do and think what the group tells you to think. Witnessing someone break free from the agenda sends you all into such a panic that you will do whatever it takes to force them back into the box that you feel they should exist in. Marley continued, the victim becomes the victimizer. You cannot bully me, manipulate me, or coax me into silence, nor will you bully me into being who you want me to be. I don't care how many tweets you make, DMs you send, or articles you write. Throughout all of the chaos, I have yet to speak on my experience. If you know me, you know that nothing I do is without deep thought and intention. Wait till you hear what I have to say. So this is what she says right here. So yeah, yeah. Marley later shared a screenshot of the text message she sent to West, requesting the two continue to discuss the depth behind our decisions to show the purity of our intentions and provide healing to our community. She tagged West, who later reposted the screenshot to his own story. Meanwhile, Canadian singer, songwriter Estero, who co-wrote 808s and Heartbreak tracks Love Lockdown, Street Lights, and Robocop, says she intends to donate her cut of publishing royalties for the tracks to Black Lives Matter in response to West's actions. Okay, let's get to the Drink Champs thing. Man. Um, okay, this is from sterogum.com. Okay, don't you just love starting off the day with a new Kanye West headline? Doesn't it just let you know that a great day is about to happen? Today's Kanye West headline belongs to a genre that's on the rise lately. Someone who has given Kanye West a platform, removing a piece of Kanye related content and apologizing for letting the guy say the shit that he said. In this case, the person is rap veteran Nori, who had Kanye on Drink Champs podcast over the weekend and who let Kanye spread some truly toxic lies. 2 days ago, Kanye West made his third appearance on Drink Champs, a podcast that mostly consists of Asian rappers telling drunken war stories. In his most recent interview, Kanye West claimed that George Floyd had not been murdered by police and that he died of a fentanyl overdose. Floyd's family is reportedly considering legal action against Kanye, and as they should. Yeah, He's getting sued too by the Floyd's family. So on that episode, Kanye also went on about Jewish Zionists and claimed that Jewish people own the black voice because of all the prominent black people being signed to a record label or having a Jewish manager or being signed to a Jewish basketball team or doing a movie on a Jewish platform like Disney. In the early parts of the Drink Champs interview, Nori did not push back against Kanye West's comments. Later on, he did try to rebut, but he was pretty drunk by that point. Now that Drink Champs interview has been removed from YouTube and Revolt, um, that follows the news story that LeBron James's HBO show The Shop has pulled its Kanye episode, and that Fox News even edited some edit out some disturbing stuff out of Tucker Carlson's Kanye interview. Yesterday, as Billboard reports, Nori talked to Hot 97's Peter Rosenberg. In that conversation, Nori apologized for giving Kanye West that platform and attempted to explain how he and his team made the decision to air the conversation in the first place. And he says, I have a relationship with Ye. When he was going through a lot of things that he was going through, he would call me and he would actually listen to me and take my advice. So I felt like I could control the situation. I felt that I could control the interview, and I've learned early on that I didn't. As a black man, I feel like I failed. As a human, I feel like I failed. But as a journalist, I succeeded, because as a journalist, you are not really supposed to have an opinion. You're supposed to let people talk. And my biggest critique on Drink Champs is Nori always cutting off people. And the one time I didn't cut the people, Nori also said that he regrets that he did the interview and that he conducted it the way that he did. Here's a video. Of course, you can see the video on YouTube on Hot 97's page with the conversation with Peter Rosenberg. And he also did it, and he also called the Breakfast Club, by the way, and to do the apology with Charlamagne the God and stuff, which he didn't have to do that actually, but I will share my thoughts. Don't worry. I'm gonna share my thoughts on why I lost respect for the guy. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Let me see. There's a list of companies that dropped his ass too. So let's get to this shit right now, man. Let's get to this shit right now. Um, and this is according to Forbes. Okay. So after weeks of Kanye West making anti-Semitic and controversial remarks, companies including Adidas, Gap, CAA, and Balenciaga have severed ties with the rapper. Following Adidas announcement, shoe retailer Foot Locker said Tuesday it not it's not supporting any future Yeezy products drops, and we have instructed our retail operators to pull any existing product from our shelves and digital sites. Though Gap severed its partnership with West in September when he accused the brand of breaking their contract, the retailer announced Tuesday it has shut down its Yeezy branded website and is taking immediate steps to remove Yeezy Gap product from our stores, as anti-Semitism, racism, and hate in any form are inexcusable and not tolerated in accordance with our values. After mounting pressure, sportswear giant Adidas announced Tuesday it was cutting ties with West, saying Ye's recent comments and actions have been unacceptable, hateful, and dangerous, and they violate the company's values of diversity and inclusion, mutual respect, and fairness. Yeah. Major talent agency CAA stopped working with West, whose legal name is Ye, with the last month. Several news outlets reported Monday, citing unnamed sources. Studio MRC said Monday it would not air a completed documentary about West, with executives saying we cannot support any content that amplifies his platform. Luxury fashion house Balenciaga, which was closely tied to West and had West walk in a recent fashion show, said Friday it has no longer any relationship nor any plans for future projects related to this artist, making it the first. Hold on a second. Hold on a second, though. Hold on. Making it the first. Hold on a minute. I'm sorry. Yeah, wait. Let me do this. Yes. Let me see. Um, where is it? Where is this? Where is it? Oh my gosh. Wait. Wait a minute. Um, oh boy. Okay, Megan. Hold on a second. Yes, making it the first major company to publicly cut ties. West is also no longer with um record label Def Jam, a Universal Music Group subsidiary, as he has fulfilled his contract. Forbes reported Thursday, and his own label Good Music is no longer linked to Def Jam, and the New York Times reported Monday. Jeremy Zimmer, CEO and co-founder of talent agency UTA, told staff in a memo on Sunday to please support the boycott of Kanye West. And the Endeavor talent agency CEO Ari Emanuel said companies that make money from West, like Spotify and Apple, should drop the rapper, though it's not clear what relationship the two companies have with West. West has made repeated anti-Semitic remarks over the last month, including saying he would go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, a remark that got him restricted on Twitter. West was also restricted on Instagram after sharing a post in which he accused Sean Diddy Combs of being controlled by Jewish people. Last month, West ended what was supposed to be a 10-year long partnership with Gap after he accused them of breaking their contract. However, Gap sent out an email recently promoting its Yeezy Gap line as West began making inflammatory comments um, at the start of this month. It was reported Bank JP Morgan Chase advertised with him, but West was informed of the bank's decision before his recent bizarre actions began. Sources associated told the Associated Press. The family of George Floyd said last week it intended to sue West for $250 million for falsely claiming on a podcast that Floyd was killed by fentanyl. Adidas, who has distributed West's Yeezy brand since 2013 and is responsible for a large portion of his wealth, had until Tuesday remained silent since saying a few weeks ago it was reviewing its relationship with West. On Thursday, the Anti-Defamation League called on Adidas to drop West. Demands for the brand to cut ties with West intensified over the weekend when a small group of anti-Semitic protesters in Los Angeles were spotted holding signs that said Kanye West was right about the Jews. Members of the California Legislature Jewish Caucus responded Monday by saying any company, including Adidas, that continues to do business with Kanye West is party to this attack. Okay. All right. There's more to where that came from, man. Let me see. There's actually more to where that came from, man. And another kind and let me before I go on to more Kanye West news, this story really bothered me. This one really bothered me a little bit, no. And this is involving Dame Dash. He was on a show on YouTube called Kick Game. So global superstar Kanye West rose to prominence as part of a Rockefeller Records talent roster. The Rock's co-founder Dame Dash spoke about Ye's recent questionable actions. West generated significant backlash for his comments about Black Lives Matter, George Floyd, and Jewish people. The Donda album creator racially motivated and anti-Semitic statements led to Twitter and Instagram suspending him from those social media platforms. He's my brother, said Dame Dash about Ye while appearing on Kick Game. When asked about how often he's in contact with his longtime friend, Dash responded, not constantly, when he needs me and when I'm worried about him. The music industry veterans added, I'm worried about him. Nigga, can I ask you a question? Is he bipolar or not? Did he tell you that? So if you checked off the boxes of bipolar, is he acting that? So then leave it at that. Well, yes, he is. You are so late, Damon Dash. You are so late. He talked about the bipolar disorder that he had since 2016, and Ken Kardashian discussed that as well. So you are on a show called Kick Game. You are the guest. You don't have the fucking right to actually ask the interviewer who is the host that question as well. So really though, this is just so beyond. And everybody, and listen, not everybody's gonna forget what you did years ago when you did the Breakfast Club interview, when you shitted on hardworking people who have 9 to 5 jobs, who have bosses and managers. Like seriously, not everybody could fucking do what you did as far as like doing illegal shit for money, like selling drugs on the streets. Like, come on, man. Like seriously, he's full of shit too. He's full of shit. Yeah, he's full of shit right there, man. Um, so all right. So Kanye West on several shows to push his problematic rhetoric. Dame Dash also offered the kicking interviewer and fans advice on how to handle the troubling situation involving Kanye West. Dash stated, worry about his health if you care about him at all. I'm just saying, man, regardless of what he's saying, it's the way he's saying it. I don't care what he's saying. I want him to live. Y'all worried about the wrong shit. Well, you have to worry about the harmful hate speech that he says. You know what I'm saying? Like you're like he's basically when you use the phrase DEFCON 3, folks, to Jewish people, you're basically inciting violence, man. And that's not funny, man. That's not funny at all. That is not funny at all, though, man. You know what I'm saying? That is not funny. Yeah, right. All right. Oh man. Yeah. Fellow Rockefeller alums Nori invited Kanye. Yeah, I already talked about the Nori thing already. I already talked about that already. In the midst of the controversy, West also showed up on Fox News channel Tucker Carlson Tonight and News Nation's Cuomo with Chris Cuomo. Because okay, Dame Dash seemingly called out Nori, Carlson, Cuomo, and others for placing the spotlight on West at this time. Like seriously, um, why would you put the camera on him instead of sending him a prescription or a doctor or some therapist? Asked Dash. Then the entrepreneur also said, let's have some compassion for a man that may be not so well at that moment. If he told you transparently that he has a problem, respect it. Look, I can't respect that shit because first of all, you gotta understand something too. You gotta understand something too, though, man. Like you cannot continue to you can't continue to actually fucking enable this guy's behavior. That's what you're doing. The more you're defending this guy, and I'm gonna say this in one of my reasons respect for Kanye West, though, man. I will address this in a sec. So there's some reasons why people shouldn't be defending Kanye West. So, and another thing about Kanye West. Oh, let's let's talk about the Skechers situation. Hold up. Let's talk about the Skechers situation here. So, from the New York Post, according to the New York Post, after Adidas ended its long-time partnership with Kanye West because of his anti-Semitic comments, the former billionaire is going door to door to other major shoe brands. Obviously, he's no longer a billionaire anymore because he went from a billionaire status, according to Forbes. From what I heard, he is now down to $400 million. Um, 45-year-old father of four paid an unplanned visit to Skechers corporate offices in Los Angeles Wednesday, much to the dismay of the company. Skechers issued a press release after West's visit, reiterating that he arrived unannounced and without invitation. Considering Ye was engaged in unauthorized filming, two Skechers executives escorted him and his party from the building after a brief conversation. The statement continued. West's ex-wife, Kim Kardashian, age 42, worked with Skechers back in the day, but the shoe brand says it has zero tolerance, zero plans to team up with the trouble down the rapper. Skechers is operated by a Jewish family, the Greenbergs. It's unclear if West knew that prior to his arrival. We condemn his recent divisive remarks and do not tolerate anti-Semitism or any other form of hate speech. The company would like to again stress that West showed up unannounced and uninvited to Skechers corporate offices. The brand's statement closes. The Power rappers' words, including him saying he was going to go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people, have cost him business deals with Adidas, Gap, and Balenciaga, among others. I can say anti-Semitic shit and Adidas cannot drop me, West said on the Drink Champs podcast earlier this month before the sportswear giant took action. A Vogue spokesperson said the fashion Bible intends to never work with him again, and his wax figure has been removed and Madame Tussauds, London, due to his comments. For now, Spotify will keep West's extensive catalog on the streaming services. Well, the people in Spotify need to do the same too. They need to do the same too. The Post has reached out to a rep for West for comments. Well, let me see. What else can we talk about here, though, man? Oh, one more thing that we need to talk about here, though, man. And one more thing we need to talk about. And Howard Stern. Oh man, he really nailed it though in his show. He really nailed it. um, Howard Stern is ripping Kanye West apart, comparing him to Adolf Hitler, while calling the rapper and his fans out for using mental health as an excuse for his racist outburst. Howard didn't hold back on the latest episode of his Sirius XM radio show, referring to Kanye's recent interview with Chris Cuomo, saying, "You gotta hear the shit this guy's into." The host was hesitant about giving any more energy to the rapper, but draws a shocking and ironic comparison, saying Kanye used to be fun, crazy. Now he's like Hitler. He then poses this idea to Kanye. If a newspaper article doesn't point out the fact that you are some sort of designer or genius, maybe that's not because they are Jewish, but maybe because they just don't put that much thought into who the fuck you are and what your business is. As we reported, Kanye's been digging a deep hole over the anti-Semitic comments, telling Piers Morgan his DEFCON 3 comments towards Jewish people were racist and meant for it to be taken that way. Stern also goes after Kanye's defenders, who are pointing towards his mental health struggles as an excuse. If he's so mentally ill, why don't they appoint a conservator over his money, like they did with the poor Britney Spears. In other words, Howard is not buying any of it. Yep, yep, yep. Yep, yep. Um. All right. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Man, I guess so much to say on here. Let me just All right, before I get to the next topic, I got so much I want to say actually as far as like the I got so much to say on this shit though, man. This is just I just find it disappointing. Let me just put myself on the screen here, man. All right, here we go, man. So here are my reasons why I lost respect for Kanye West, man. And and this goes to what I've been hearing for the past couple of days. Um that he hates African Americans, if I'm not mistaken. Like seriously, like for real, for me to hear some shit like this really hurts my fucking soul. And and you know something? I never bought any of his fucking Yeezys or his 12 years of slave clothes that has holes in them, man. Like who the hell is gonna wear clothes that have holes in them and shit though, man? Are you fucking kidding me? Another thing that I lost respect for him is the simple fact that did a drink champs he did a drink champs what is it? The store he mentioned something very disrespectful. He he went on Drink Champs to say that George Floyd died off of fentanyl. First of all, first of all, you fucking Neanderthal moron, fucking bastard, and a fucking racist. Fentanyl doesn't cause the murder. It was the knee of the former police officer who did that. And when a person like George Floyd can't breathe, it's basically what it is. Like, what do you coming up with false toxic claims, okay? And as I saw the article about this really made me feel a certain way. And look, man, and I'm gonna say this right now though, actually, for those that's actually who keeps defending Kanye West or whatever, and to say that you're basically canceling him. No, this is not about fucking canceling him. This is about accountability. And and for the simple fact that he should be held responsible for his actions. That's why that's why he's losing. He's no longer a billionaire, folks. He's down to $400 million. Like seriously. And the crazy shit is that I lost respect about him is the simple fact that you that there's some people who still defend this guy, including Lauryn Hill's daughter, which I didn't really understand as I was reading, but for the simple fact that wearing a White Lives Matter T-shirt is almost like you're basically supporting Adolf Hitler and the Confederate flag, which is very disrespectful. And I'm sorry, but this is I'm sorry, but this is just very, 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 very frustrating. And I read somewhere that he actually called out Peter Rosenberg and Charlamagne the God. Like, why? Why would you do that? And then you did the same with Diddy at all these people. Like, seriously? Yo. And the simple fact that you use the phrase DEFCON 3 to Jewish people is sounds like a threat.
It's a fucking threat. This is not funny. This is not funny at all. And as a person, I don't even listen to his music anymore. After the fucking ranting and raving in 2016, I lost respect for that guy, man. Because sometimes he don't make no fucking sense. You know what I'm saying? He does not fucking make any sense. And I'm pretty sure that that he's like making it sound like, he's doing this for relevance. Of course someone I actually was interacting to was basically saying that he's doing it for relevance. Well, at what fucking cost, man? He's making people like myself, along with Van Lathan from the Higher Learning Podcast, who is outspoken and passionate on the show with Rachel Lindsay. Let me tell you something, man. This is just the beginning of Kanye getting all the fucking smoke thrown in his fucking face. Okay, this is not funny at all, man. And I feel like he's a fucking traitor to his own fucking race. And you talking about you're not black? That made me feel a certain way, and it made me feel a way like, come on, man. You know how I was saying that money changes a person's personality? It actually did. And he's more of a Scrooge, just like Scrooge McDuck from DuckTales. And the way I see it, okay, Howard Stern is right on a couple of things I will agree with. And the Adolf Hitler part. But I will add that he's like a fucking flaming dragon. A fucking flaming dragon who's spewing out hate speech, hatred towards his own kind. His own kind. You know what I'm saying? And and to be quite frank, I don't even like his clothes. I don't even like his clothes, man, to be honest with you. And as I said before, he wore the White Lives Matter t-shirt to his daughter's basketball game. And I feel like you're basically doing more harm and when they see this on the internet, they're gonna be afraid of him. And let me just address the whole thing with Dame Dash for a second, man. You are a fucking guest on a show called Kick Game. You have a lot of nerve to actually ask the interviewer if he told you if he had bipolar disorder. A lot of people already knew about this shit, man. A lot of people knew about this shit. Like, seriously, you are late. and possibly don't even know what it feels like to have bipolar disorder. You know what I'm saying? This is just it's just beyond baffling to me right now, man. And I'm ready to actually ready to flush these two idiots down the toilet. But another thing I want to address is the Nori thing, though, man. Nori shouldn't be the person apologizing. It should be Kanye West for saying not only the anti-Semitic stuff with Jewish people, but also the amount of disrespect to George Floyd's family. He should be the one on the apology tour, not Nori. And Nori should not be sued for Kanye West's actions. And I feel like the moral of the story is this, though, man. You cannot continue to enable this guy based on his wild, crazy ass behavior. The more you enable the guy, the more he's going to not want to get help at all with his mental health. and 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 just because you got mental health issues doesn't mean you get a fucking free pass. Like, take Ezra Miller, for example. He acknowledged that he has a mental health issue. If he acknowledged that shit and he got help, why can't Kanye West do the same? You feel what I'm saying? Um, I'm like, you know what? Listen, man. He's a Neanderthal moron fucking bastard. Worse than the motherfuckers who are a vanilla ice with no ice sugar burgers that I cannot stand. All right. I cannot stand people who have all this toxic hate towards their own kind and their own color. That makes me sad, and it makes me feel away though, man. And once again, it's not about canceling him. It's about um suffering the consequences and accountability. That's what matters here. And every single person who chimed in to say that they don't tolerate hate speech. I don't tolerate hate speech. I'm pretty sure many of you out there don't tolerate hate speech. And I'm pretty sure you wouldn't even listen to his music or buy any of his merch because to me, if Kanye West says something about any of my friends' family or whatever, with all these false claims or whatever, it's gonna make a lot of people angry. So the moral of the story is this: the more you enable this guy with his wild behavior, with all this toxic hate speech, anti-Semitism, the racism, and all the other stuff, the more you're going to actually create a flaming fucking dragon. All right. And I wouldn't even listen to his music on Spotify or Apple. And I'm glad Adidas, along with Foot Locker, along with CAA, and along with other companies that actually dumped his ass, because he ruined his whole career. He ruined his career. He ruined his career in fashion. He ruined his career. He actually ruined his career, period, man. And it's not just his music, you know what I'm saying? He ruined everything, man. He really ruined it himself. It's like King Midas, man. You touch everything and it turns to gold. And this goes back to the whole money changing the person's personality, especially when it comes to greed, and especially when it comes to not caring about other people. And this is a guy who burned bridges with a lot of people, especially John Legend, Jay-Z, and everybody else. Even Sci the Prince, even Consequence, and all these other people. How many times people tried to get him help? It hasn't worked. And then claims that the medication is going to mess up his creativity. Well, all this spewing hatred isn't really gonna help with your creativity. Like, I'm serious, man. Stop enabling this fucking guy Kanye West, man. I'm done with this shit, man. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people in the comment section and YouTube and Instagram live feed, I'm pretty sure I'm not even gonna make this a question, but let's flush not only Kanye West, let's flush fucking Damien Dash, man. All right. Now that we're done with the whole Kanye West shit, though, man, let's move on to the next one right here, man. Okay, I'm gonna start off with a question right here, man. You ever heard of a person wasting thousands of dollars on nails being painted on their fingers? Well,
This goes to Trinidad James. I should be asking some of the women this question too, but um let me just I might make this a question though, man. You know what I mean? Um but I also might make the Kanye West shit a question too, though, man. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Trinidad James has been styling and profiling in the rap game for years, and that's because he thinks of his body as an art canvas, always ready to be filled with color. We caught the all gold everything rapper Wednesday outside LAX, and we couldn't help but notice his latest manicure, and and had to get a gouge on where he was taking this trend. Plenty of rappers paint their nails these days, but Trinidad says he's the top innovator, and all his nail techs across the globe know it. He says one perk of being a pioneer is never having to pay top price, but admits he sometimes spends upwards to $2,500. That's $2,500 to make his fingertips bling. On the music scene, Trinidad tells us he just laid down a joint with T Pain and is putting the finishing touches on Don't Be Safe 2, the sequel to his debut project from 2012. We also spoke about his friendship with Rich Homie Quan, which dates back 10 years, both being native AT aliens who blew up the local rap scene during their respective come ups. RHQ recently expressed to Teams the Hip Hop how the shoot 'em up bang bang music needs to be put on a ceasefire. Well, Trinidad says he can easily fix that issue, and he has the all gold situation, no, all gold solution right around his neck. Yes, it's pretty clear rap is in well manicured hands. Shit. I don't know if I would do something like that, but this is crazy. I don't know if I would do something like that though. Um that's a little something something. I forgot about the other stuff too. Before I go to Whitney Davis, let me address the dollar van and the other thing real quick actually. Um okay, all right, so the city's unofficial commuter van industry is in a positive spirits after the Adams administration announced support on Thursday for a crucial state bill which would legalize street hails for the sprawling sector. Taxi and Limousine Commissioner David Dew told the city's council transportation committee Thursday that the administration was in support of the council's resolution urging the bill's passage in Albany coming session. We know that commuter vans are a crucial part of our transportation infrastructure. Do said we do support street hails in existing corridors where they can operate. This is something that we have written to state about and will continue to be supportive of this. Licensed commuter vans, aka dollar vans, are able to pick up passengers along set corridors where the industry has thrived, usually those with scant coverage from the MTA. Legally speaking, vans can only pick up passengers who have prearranged a trip. Um, which is done by phone, email, or text. But in practice, this rarely occurs. Van operators typically pick up passengers by honking their horn at pedestrians, often those languishing at an MTA bus stop. Commuter vans started to operate when the MTA fell down on the job and providing transportation to communities like mine, said Assembly member um, Khalil Anderson, the bill's lead sponsor in the assembly, whose Southeast Queens district is a hub of dollar van activity and testimony to the committee. The city maintains discretion to enforce an extensive compend- compendium of rules against dollar vans that ultimately leads much of the industry to stay unregulated. For violating the rule requiring pre-arranged service, drivers could face a, a $50 fine if they plead guilty and $100 if they take the charge to an administrative trial. Excuse me. The city exercises some discretion, but the law is still on the books. 2 tickets could ruin your life, said Hector Ricketts, a van driver in Queens who has advocated for the industry since the 1990s as president of the Commuter Van Association. You are given points by the TLC, and then you could lose your license over a period of time. Dollar vans make up an extensive transportation network across the city, particularly in areas of the outer boroughs not well served by official MTA transit operations. The largest corridor of operation are along Flatbush Avenue in Brooklyn and subway deprived neighborhoods of Southeast Queens, and between the city's 3 largest Chinatowns in Lower Manhattan, Flushing, and Sunset Park. A ride in a dollar van almost never $1 anymore, but with a fare usually priced at $2, it is a cheaper alternative to the MTA for working families. On corridors with agonizingly slow bus service like Flatbush Avenue, the vans are also often a faster way to get to your destination. Unregulated commuter vans exist because there is a demand and need for them, said public advocate Jamani Williams at the council hearing. Many New Yorkers live in communities that are severely underserved by public transit options. In other words, they are in transit deserts. The TLC has issued licenses for commuter vans serving those corridors since the 1990s, but the strict rules and uneven enforcement has led much of the industry to remain unlicensed and thus unregulated. Legalizing street hails would go a long way for a business clobbered by the slamdemic and by painfully high insurance rates. Advocates of the bill say um, Anderson is hopeful that the support of the TLC and Adams administration may help put the bill over the finish line in the coming session. But Ricketts, who has seen his share of head and heart aches repping the precarious industry, isn't declaring victory yet. I'm cautiously optimistic. Ricketts said, I never count my chickens before they hatch. By the way, the dollar vans I found out a couple of days ago have raised from $2 to $3 now. So for all you New Yorkers that's living in Queens, Brooklyn, and other boroughs, you may have to come up with $3 to take the vans. So yeah. And Eric Adams again. Is falling behind on his pledge to the MTA to build 20 new miles of bus lanes this year, with one signature project in the Bronx facing opposition from the local city councilman. Democrat Oswald Feliz earlier this month asked the city Department of Transportation to put its street redesign proposals for his Bronx district on hold for at least 12 months. DOT's plans to convert segments of Fordham Road to bus and delivery only will send thousands of cars onto nearby residential neighborhoods, Feliz claimed in a letter dated September 12th. Small businesses of Fordham Road and Arthur Avenue have also expressed concerns about such plans hurting their already struggling businesses. The councilman wrote, Fordham Road was at the top of a list of 21.9 miles of bus lanes. Adams announced for the year in a joint statement with MTA CEO Jenna Lieber after a transit improvement summit the pair held in June. This partnership is the definition of get stuff done, his donor said at the time. Yet, with just 3 months left in the year, the city has installed just 6.7 miles of the 20 miles Adams promised for 2022, a DOT spokesperson, said on Friday. We continue to work towards our ambitious goals for new and enhanced bus lanes to provide safer, more sustainable, and more efficient transportation options for New Yorkers, DOT spokesman Vin Barone said in a statement. Barone said DOT is reviewing Felice's letter concerning Fordham Road, where two of the agency's three proposals would restrict traffic to buses and local deliveries in one or both directions from Morris Avenue to Webster Avenue. In meetings with local community boards, DOT has touted a poll by the Business Group Association for a Better New York that found 70% support among locals for the busway restrictions on private vehicles. The agency also points to surveys that showed 86% of shoppers on the strip arrived by foot or mass transit. But local businesses aren't sold on the concept or the stats. Of 17 merchants along the stretch the Post spoke to on Sunday, not one expressed support for DOT's proposals. Our customers come from the tri-state area. They will go somewhere else, said Sonny Malik, who has owned SA Mirage Jewelry on Fordham Road for 22 years. Jose Castillo, a Bronx resident who managed a shoe store on the corridor, said most of his clientele park out front. Recovery has been tough, and we're getting there, but it's slow. This will make it slower, Castillo said. Everyone on Fordham will be going crazy if this happens. Felice did not return a request for comment. Campaigning for election in 2021, he told Pro Transit site Streets blog that redesigning congestion corridors such as Fordham Road was a top priority of his. Transit advocates said they hope the city ignores his request. I grew up near Fordham Road. The current setup absolutely does not work, said Sean Garcia, Bronx organizer for anti-car group Transportation Alternatives. When the city finally announced a project to improve lives here, we expect our leaders to deliver results, not block its benefits. A rep for the MTA didn't address the city falling behind on Adams' bus lane commitment. Obviously, the mayor's commitment to 150 miles of bus lanes in 4 years is ambitious and unprecedented. MTA Chief of External Relations John McCarthy said in a statement, the MTA will support the city in any way possible to get it done. All right, let's get to hold on, let's see if there's any other all right, let's get to oh this is so funny actually. This is the funniest shit ever actually, and I actually told a streamer about this too. And this is regarding Whitney Davis. So Whitney Davis wigs fall off in the middle of her interview. Whitney Davis is a popular comedian. After her appearance on the Future Wifey podcast, she has become that much more popular. While she was doing the interview, Whitney Davis lost her wig. As she was talking, she was swinging her head, and the wig ended up coming off her head. Oh man. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious right there, man. I can't front though. I really can't front though. After that, Davis kept talking though. Whitney Davis has done a bit of it all. Um, come on, what is going on here? Come on. Let's see. Sorry. Okay. Okay. Yes, Whitney Davis has done a little bit of it all. While she has done many job titles, her actions remain the same through every iteration of Davis's career. She has entertained. First, she was a college basketball player. Now she is a bit of everything, including a creative director, writer, comedian, and producer. Whitney Davis is an interesting interview topic, which is why she is getting booked to talk. With that being said, Davis sat down for the Future Wifey podcast. While she was there to give her take on relationships in this current era, Davis gave people a much bigger show. When she was talking, Davis ended up moving her head back and forth. As a result, the wig fell off. The wig she was wearing fell off her head over the couch. Oh man. Oh man. Davis could not even reach it, but she hilariously kept going with the conservation. Um, Whitney Davis wigs fall off in the middle of her interview, which is crazy. Wow. Oh man, that's hilarious right there, man. This is some hilarious shit. Um, Let me see what else can we talk about here. Oh, Jamie Foxx. Okay, this one right here is a little this one is a little interesting right here, man. So sources at the party tell TMZ Jamie Foxx showed up to Cardi B's um beat birthday party late and people weren't aware he was coming. He had 10 people with him and they didn't have a selection for him. Party sources say Jamie decided to leave the party as he was being walked inside because he realized there wasn't an area for him. Sources say there were no hard feelings and Jamie handled the situation well. Here's something you will never see happen in Hollywood. Jamie Foxx rejected at the door of a huge event. In this case, Cardi B's birthday party, and you got to see Jamie's reaction. Jamie pulled up to the WeHo shindig in full Foxy mode, stepping out of his white Rolls Royce. And as photogs swarmed around, he coolly changed from driving shoes to party shoes. They look identical. Oh wow! Then the unbelievable happened. Jamie and his group of about 4 to 5 other people strolled up to the event only to return to his car mere moments later. As Jamie walked away, photogs asked why the hell they rejected Mr. Life of the party. He played it cool, not saying a word, but it's obvious the door guy knew he'd screw up. He came running out to the street, telling Jamie it's cool for him to enter, but Fox wasn't having it, saying no, we not good. Nah, nigga, it's all good. I love you, but it was too much. According to a photo agency, Jamie was initially turned away because he had too many guests with him. Let's just say Major Fox pass on the part of someone at the door. Meanwhile, Cardi celebrated her 30th birthday inside. Obvious was sure to what went down with Jamie and probably won't be happy to hear it once she finds out. Well, one thing I could say about actually, one there's some all right, so obviously, everybody knows Jamie Foxx is the life of the party, man. I mean, he's done a lot. He did music. He's done some acting. He's the host of the Fox 5 game show, Be Shazam, and all that other great stuff, man. Like seriously, and I think it's the party promoters, man. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, how do you? It's crazy, man. And he invited like 4 to 5 people. I get it and it wasn't a table. Yeah, I get that. But you could have like you could have at least like you could have at least actually, actually You could have at least had some somebody set up another spot for him. I mean, come on. I mean, these club promoters got to do better, man. That's all I gotta say on this shit, though, man. That's all I gotta say about this shit, though, man. Yeah. Um, Let me see. Oh, let's review the highlights of the BET Hip Hop Awards. Hold on a second. Wait. Okay. All right. All right. So most recent event on TV of the BET Hip Hop Awards, we're going to go over the highlights of what went down. Actually, yeah, we're gonna go over it as soon as I get this damn thing to load. Hang on a second, folks, while this loads. All right, I don't know what's going on here. All right, let me get back. I'm gonna get back to that though, man. Let's go over what's going on with hold on a second. It's not loading. I don't know why, but let's apparently I'm having some technical difficulties with one of the topics, so I'm actually gonna, try to get back to it. I'm gonna try to get back to those things right there. Let's see, what else can I talk about here? Okay, can I really damn, man. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. One second. Okay. All right, now I can get back to where I was going to do. Okay. BET Awards highlights. So, according to Pitchfork, the 22 BET Hip Hop Awards took place tonight. As usual, some of the biggest names in the world of rap music were honored, though the only awards of the night were handed to Glorilla, breakout artists, Drake Champs Hip Hop Platform, and DJ Drama DJ of the Year. In addition, Trina was given the I Am Hip Hop honor. Meanwhile, Kendrick Lamar cleaned up with 6 awards, including Album of the Year, Artist of the Year, Lyricist of the Year, Best Live Performer, and Best Hip Hop Video. Drake won 3 awards. So the show's performances included a star-studded Loud Records tribute featuring Wu-Tang Clan, Dead Prez, Little Kim, and Fat Joe. Plus, Pusha T's performance included a surprise clips reunion, and of course, the winner for best hip hop video is Baby Keem and Kendrick Lamar. Family Ties won that one. And of course, Future won for best collaboration with Drake and Thames. Best duo group, Earth Gang actually won for best duo or group, and best live performer, Kendrick Lamar. Lyricist of the year, Kendrick Lamar. Video director of the year, Kendrick Lamar and Dave Free. Song of the year, Lotto Big Energy. Um, Hip hop album of the year, um, Kendrick Lamar, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Hip hop artist of the year, Kendrick Lamar. And producer of the year, Hitmaker, aka Young Berg. Best breakout hip hop artist, Glorilla. DJ of the year, obviously DJ Drama. Best hip hop platform, Carisha Please. Hustle of the year, 50 Cent. Sweet 16 best feature verse, Drake, Churchill Downs, Jack Harlow featuring Drake, of course. Um, and Drake won for Wait for You featuring um Future featuring Drake and Thames, yeah. Um, Impact track About Damn Time, Lizzo, and of course, best international flow is Benjamin Epp, who I never even heard of. Anyway, man, let's go to the iHeart Music Festival highlights. So there's only one way to describe the 2022 iHeart Music Festival. Um, Epic taking over the stage at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas on September 23rd and 24th were performances from Avril Lavigne, Black Eyed Peas, Halsey, Lionel Richie, LL Cool J, Luke Combs, Maureen Morris, Megan Thee Stallion, Morgan Wallen, Pat Benatar, and um, Neil Giraldo. Sam Smith, Sean Diddy Combs, the Black um the Black Keys, Diplo, Marcus Mumford, and more. And it was all hosted by Ryan Seacrest. In case you missed it, or yeah, I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that award show. Um, Featuring performances from its star-studded lineup, amazing collaborations, and more. Here are all of the jaw-dropping moments from this year's Radio iHeart Music Festival. Of course, Pitbull's dance moves during his fiery set were a sight to behold. One of the many reasons to love Pitbull, besides his amazing music and inspirational quotes, and are his incredible dance moves. And Mr. Worldwide did not disappoint during this year's festival. During his set, Mr. 305 took fans through all the Pitbull hits we know and love, including Don't Stop the Party, Fireball, Timber, Give Me Everything, Can't Stop Us Now, and more. Okay. Sam Smith surprised the crowd with Kim Petras. Sam Smith not only performed some fan favorites during his set, including Stay, Latch, and more. He also performed his brand new song Unholy, which features Kim Petras. During the performance, Smith surprised everyone in the audience with Petras after she walked into the stage to sing her verse. Lionel Richie brought back all of the 80s nostalgia. There's Lionel Richie's performance was just as sparkling as the sequins on his silver jacket as he took everyone on the trip back in time to all of his fan favorite songs like Dancing on the Ceiling, You Are Hello, and of course All Night Long. The icon also performed his Commodore's hit Brick House, which had everyone in T-Mobile Arena dancing. Yeah, most iconic song actually. The Black Keys rocked through a career-spanning set. The Black Keys took over the stage at T-Mobile Arena as they delivered fans a performance that included some of their biggest hits, including "Howling for You," "Lo-Fi," "Wild Child," "Little Black Submarines," "Lonely Boy," and more. and Benatar and Neil Giraldo got everyone all fired up. Pat Benatar and Neil Giraldo showed everyone why they are being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this year. The iconic music couple rocked the house as they performed several fan favorites in a career-spanning set, including All Fired Up, Promises, Love is a Battlefield, and Heartbreaker. Let's see. Black Eyed Peas flexed their iconic evolution with a perfect medley of hits. Black Eyed Peas are responsible for some of the biggest hits that make you want to dance, and the group shows fans their evolution with a mix of fan favorites as well as some of their newer songs during their iHeartRadio Music Festival set. The group took over T-Mobile Arena as they performed songs like "Let's Get It Started," "Boom Boom Pow," "Mamacita," um, "Pump It," um, "Don't You Worry," "Where's the Love," and closed out with the iconic "I Got a Feeling." Morgan Wallen impressed his with his piano playing skills during an emotional rendition of "Sand in My Boots." Morgan Wallen had the crowd cheering throughout his set as he performed some of his biggest hits like "Wasted on You" and "Whiskey Glasses" and more. But the country singer-songwriter impressed everyone at the very beginning when he sat down solo at a piano for an emotional performance of "Sand in My Boots." Diplo and Morgan Wallen performed their collaboration "Heartless" for the first time. Diplo closed out night one of the Music iHeartRadio Music Festival with an energetic set um, full of dance hits. But at the very end, he brought out Morgan Wallen to perform their collaboration "Heartless" for the very first time. Let's see. Avril Lavigne brought back the pop punk nostalgia with fan favorites. Avril Lavigne's biggest hits have become punk pop punk staples today, and she delivered all all of the nostalgia during her festival set, kicking off the second night of iHeartRadio um, Music Festival. Avril performed songs like "Girlfriend," "My Happy Ending," "I'm With You," and of course, Skater Boy. Um, okay, Marcus Mumford celebrated his debut solo album with a passionate performance. Fresh off releasing his debut solo album, subtitled on September 16th, Marcus Mumford hit the main stage at the 2022 iHeartRadio Music Festival to celebrate. The lead singer of Mumford and Sons kicked off performed songs from the deeply personal new project, including "Prior Warning," "Better Off High," "Dangerous Game," "Grace," and "Better Angels." Luke Combs shared his beer with fans after pitching his red solo cup into the audience. Luke Combs performed several fan favorites during his set at this year's iHeartRadio Music Festival, including "Forever After All," "Kind of Love We Make," "When It Rains It Pours," "Loving on You," and more, finishing up with "Beer Never Broke My Heart," after which he threw his red solo cup with beer into the crowd. Well, "When It Rains It Pours" is a little different. It's a little different from the 50 Cent song from the "Get Rich or Die Trying" movie soundtrack. It's different. This is different. It's not the same thing. And Diddy paid tribute to his late ex Kim Porter and Biggie after surprising the crowd with his own son, King Combs. Diddy's iHeart Music Festival set was full of surprises and hits. He even brought out Bryson Tiller and his son King Combs, but to finish his set while performing "I'll Be Missing You," the Music Mogul paid tribute to his late ex-wife, Kim Porter, as well as his friend Notorious B.I.G. as images of them flashed on the screen behind them. Um, Not bad. Morris surprised his crowd with her husband Ryan Hurd to sing "I Can't Love You Anymore." Lauren Morris took over the stage at T-Mobile Arena to sing several of her biggest hits, including "The Bones Circles," "With Good Friends," "My Church," and more, and brought out her husband Ryan Hurd to help her sing "I Can't Love You Anymore." Um, okay, LL Cool J blew fans away with a vibrant mix of his classic hits. Hip hop icon LL Cool J had the crowd on their feet as he performed a mix of fan favorites in a career spanning set, including Rock the Bells, Headsprung, Loungin', Jack the Ripper, I'm Bad, I Need Love, Doing It, and Mama. Um, Not bad. Halsey turned their stunning set into their birthday party just days away from their 28th birthday. Halsey took over the stage at T-Mobile Arena, performing many of their biggest hits, acknowledging uh, that their birthday is quickly coming up and that they've celebrated their birthday at the iHeartRadio Music Festival. For Halsey told fans, I guess this is kind of like my birthday party. Let's see what else. Yes, Megan Thee Stallion brought out all the hits and dance moves to a jaw-dropping set. Megan Thee Stallion got all of her hotties riled up during her unforgettable performance. Hot Girl Meg hit the stage in a metallic bodysuit as she delivered numerous new songs off her new album, Traumazin, including Ungrateful featuring Key Glock, Her, and Plan B. She also served up fan favorites like WAP Body Dot Shit and Freak Nasty off her Tina Snow project. She even addressed her haters with What's New off her sophomore album Good News. Of course, Megan and her dancers had to come through and twerk all over the stage. Um, Yes, so that's the highlights of the iHeartRadio Music Festival and the BET Hip Hop Awards. So let's make some noise for all the people who did their thing and, of course, won the award as well. So let's make some noise. Okay, up next, we need to talk about we need to talk about some celebrities that's actually participating in the New York City Marathon that's actually coming up. I want to actually address this one right here. So this happened this week on October 24th. New York City Road Runners announced its list of celebrity runners and attendees for the upcoming TCS New York City Marathon on November 6th. I figured I'd address this because of the bus ads I've seen of the New York City Marathon. The marathon entices celebrities and the glitz and glamour that comes with them annually to run for charities and causes. Influential and impressive names from Hollywood are traveling from all over the country to run the marathon. Ashton Kutcher is one of the biggest names running this year, supporting his charity, Thorn, a nonprofit committed to helping children heal from online sexual abuse. Lauren Ridloff from the Eternals will be running for PS 347, a public school in New York with deaf, hard of hearing. Coda and the hearing students. Claire Holt, known for her roles in the Vampire Diaries and the originals, will be aiding the Boston Children's Hospital. The Brotherhood Sister Soul will be supported by Marathon newcomer and The Office and Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt star Ellie Kemper. Many celebrities and personalities are returning to the marathon this year, having an impressive streak of years past behind them. Former running back of New York Giants, Tiki Barber, will be running his 8th marathon this year. The producer and host of MTV's Catfish, Nev Schulman, is back for his 6th. Um, other other returning celebrities include Amy Robach, host of ABC News Good Morning America 3. And The Bachelor and The Bachelorette stars Zach Clark and Matt James. Other notable runners of this year include U2 star Casey Neistat, 15-time Olympic gold medalist Merritt Bjorgen, ESPN Sports Center anchor Nicole Briscoe, 2015 Miss Universe Pierre Wartzbach, race car driver Ryan Briscoe, award-winning Broadway actress Sierra Bages, co-host of ABC News GMA3, TJ Holmes, and Olympic gold medalist Megan Dugan and Monica Puig. The race is put on annually by the New York Road Runners, which has kept the city running since 1958. While the TCS New York City Marathon is the largest event, they put on year-round programming through the 5 boroughs, including races, youth running initiatives, and school programs, virtual races, community events, and even more. For information and further upcoming announcements, you can visit www.nyrr.org. That's www.nyrr.org. And I don't know if they said anything on where it's going to be aired on TV. I'm not sure which channel it's going to be, but I will have to find out. I'll have to find out myself anyway. Let's see. What else can we talk about here, man? If I miss anything. Hold on a second. Yes. So we need to talk about we need to talk about yes, we need to talk about let's get to all right, let's get into ASAP Rocky for a bit before I get to the other stuff. Okay. All right, so ASAP Rocky will make his physical video game debut on December 2nd as part of Electronic Arts' upcoming release for Need for Speed Unbound. The Harlem rapper will be a non-playable in-game leader in Takeover Scene, a dedicated co-op mode where players work together to gain possession of different parts of Lakeshore City while fending off other in-game opposition. The model will also have a musical presence as his unreleased record Shitting Me will be featured on the racing game's soundtrack. EA shared the game's official trailer on October 6th, which showed the 34-year-old stepping out of his custom vehicle and sitting on its hood as Shitting Me plays. Notably, this edition of the long-running series takes on more of a stylish comic book like look as opposed to the more lifelike graphics common to the previous Need for Speed releases. Rocky and his AWGE company actively participated in both the visual and musical elements of the game. The Need for Speed Unbound trailer confirmed the game's December 2nd release date and that it will be available to play on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, and PC. Customers who pre-order will receive the game 3 days early, plus exclusive in-game items. The DMB artist made his first overall video game appearance in 2016's on Marvel Adventures Academy as the voice actor for the character Falcon. Of course, you can check out the Need for Speed Unbound trailer featuring A$AP Rocky in the YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and check out the trailer. All right, so that's that's pretty exciting news right here, man. Um, that's some exciting news right there, though. So let's get to hold on a minute here. What is going on here with this thing? All right, here it is. All right, so up next, let's talk. I'm pretty sure y'all remember the old TV show MTV Cribs, right? MTV Cribs is going to be our TV show checkout segment right here, man. So yes, so that's gonna be our segment right here. So this is just it. All right, let's get into it with something that yeah, let's get into it right there, man. Trying to look for something. All right. All right. For a long time, I've been hearing about MTV Cribs. Um, for a long time, I've been hearing about MTV Cribs for years, and so Cribs will return for a brand new season with back-to-back episodes starting on Thursday, October 27th, which is today, 9 p.m. In case you missed it, I'm pretty sure they're probably going to have a recap. According to a state comment from MTV, more than 165 countries will start receiving this series on MTV starting on Wednesday, November 10th. The cultural phenomenon that reinvented the celebrity home tour genre will knock on the doors of A-list celebrities to get a glimpse inside their regular and surprising rituals and lifestyles. Each 30-minute episode will transport viewers past security barriers to hang out and get a close-up look at everywhere from their refrigerator contents to their jaw-dropping closets and unique automobile collections, dropping even more famous moments throughout the All Access Tour. Homes to be featured include Ray J, Dwight Howard, Dennis Rodman, Iman Shumpert, Jacquees, Macy Gray, Michael Strahan, Nicole Scherzinger, Stilo Brim, Blue, and more. Um, of course, um, of course, you can check out the trailer on the YouTube channel, the MTV Reality YouTube channel right here. You could go check it out right there. As far as the A list goes with music artists and certain people, yes, go check out the trailer on YouTube. And let's see, what else can we talk about here? What else can we talk about here? Um, what else can we? Oh yeah, oh yes. Yeah, we need to talk about the reboot. No, actually, we need to talk about um the sequel to Beverly Hills Cop, which is on Netflix, by the way. So this one right here will be our movie man cave popcorn segment right here. All right. This is according to Variety. Let's get into it. Eddie Murphy is reuniting with his original Beverly Hills Cop co-stars Judge Reinhold, John Ashton, Paul Reiser, and Bronson Pinchot for the upcoming sequel Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley. Netflix picked up the rights in 2019 to release the next Beverly Hills Cop movie, which is currently in production. Axel Foley is the fourth installment. Axel Foley is the fourth installment in the hit. Hang on a second. In the hit action comedy franchise following 1984's Beverly Hills Cop by Beverly Hills Cop, 1987's Beverly Hills Cop 2, and 1994's Beverly Hills Cop 3. For the fourquel, that's a new one. The fourquel, producers opted to ditch the Roman numerals, instead named the film after Murphy's fish out of water character, a Detroit police officer who travels to Los Angeles to investigate crimes. Plot details for Beverly Hills Cop Axel Foley have been cut under wraps. Presumably, the story involves Axel Foley returning to the 90210 to crack a new case. In the original film, Reinhold and Ashton played Detective Billy Rosewood and Sergeant John Taggart, who were hired to track Axel Foley as he attempted to solve the murder of his best friend. Reiser played Detective. Hang on a second. Yes, Reiser played Detective. Hang on a second. Wait. Yeah, played Detective Jeffrey Friedman, and Pinchot was the fan favorite Sarge. Reinhold appeared in each subsequent Beverly Hills Cop adventure, though Ashton, Reiser, and Pinchot returned for only 2 of the 3. As previously reported, Taylor Page Zola and Joseph Gordon-Levitt have been cast in Axel Foley in undisclosed roles. The first 3 Beverly Hills Cop installments were box office hits, earning more than $700 million globally and solidifying Murphy's presence as a movie star. A fourth movie has been in the works for decades, with filmmakers Brett Ratner and the duo of Adil El Arbi and Bilal Fallah, each attached at one point to direct. In early 2022, Mark Malloy was hired to helm the film in his feature debut from a script by Will B.O. from Aquaman. Murphy is producing the movie with Jerry Bruckheimer and Chad Oman for Jerry Bruckheimer Films. Sharice Hewitt Webster and Ray Angelic will serve as executive producers, while Melissa Reed will co-produce for Jerry Bruckheimer Films. Which is interesting. That's very interesting right here, man. What the hell? Yeah, that's very interesting right here. So yeah, that's very interesting. Yes, so there is no release date for the fourquel, which is a new one, by the way, which is actually the fourth movie. In other words, that's what it basically means. All right, so let's get into I want to actually get into something real quick, actually, if I may. All right, so earlier I did a topic in regards to what's going on since Halloween is around the corner, right? Yeah, Halloween's around the corner, so I have to really get this out the way. So, according to Forbes, as things seem to be getting more and more back to the pre-slandemic, oh boy, pre-slandemic normalcy, so is the desire to celebrate Halloween and increase spending on the holiday. For the first time in years, people are starting to get back to in-person events and feel comfortable taking their children door to door or for trick-or-treating. Vaccines and other safety measures have given some level of comfort to consumers, resuming many of their pre-slandemic activities. Halloween is an exciting time for many families, and that enthusiasm is reflected in the number of Americans who plan to celebrate the holiday this year. As consumers continue to return to pre-pandemic behaviors, retailers are prepared to meet that demand and help make this holiday a fun and memorable one, said Matthew Shea, president and CEO of the National Retail Federation, the world's largest retail trade association. All right, let's put some Halloween tunes in here. Hold on a second, folks. It's only right if I do this, man. It's only right if I do this shit. Um, Only right if I do this shit. Anyways, let's get into it. Okay. All right. According to um the NRF's annual survey conducted by Prosper Insights and Analytics, participation in Halloween related activities will pre-pandemic levels, with 69% of consumers planning to celebrate the holiday this year, up from 65% in 2021 and comparable to 68% in 2019. In 2021, consumers spent 10 to $10.1 billion for Halloween, hitting a record high. This year's projection of $10.6 billion is expected to outperform that record. Hold on a sec. Yeah. Wait a minute here. Hold on a second, folks. Yeah, outperform. Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute here. Sorry about that. Whether it be through handing out candy, decorating indoors or outdoors, carving pumpkins, purchasing costumes, or throwing Halloween parties, people are planning on celebrating in greater numbers and spending more. The cost of candy um has risen significantly this year. It jumped 13.1% in September from last year, the most ever according to the latest US inflation data. Due to uncertainty of whether or not the holiday season will be a fruitful one this year, mainly due to inflation and the customer price index climbing 8.3 over the past year, retailers are pulling out all the stops for the spooky holiday with nearly 70%. Let me just do this thing real quick. Hold on a second. Hold on, let me do this real quick. All right, let me do the other Halloween thing, man. Hold on. Hold on. With nearly 70% of Americans planning to celebrate Halloween, Party City, a destination for Halloween and party supplies, has plans to hire approximately 20,000 seasonal employees before October 31st, which is a Monday. And companies such as Home Depot, Lowe's, and Walmart have increased their Halloween product lines. Home Depot's coveted 12-foot skeleton sold out on the very first day it came out in stock this year, which was back in July. The larger than life decor can be seen all over social media. Okay, let's do this again. This time, hold on a second. Hold on a minute here. Hold on. Um, Hold on a second. right. Okay. Um. Yes. Yes. Let's do this. Where did I leave off here? Okay. Home Depot's coveted 12 skeletons sold out on the very first day it came in stock this year, which was back in July. The larger than life decor can be sold all over social media. Lowe's competing version in their 12-foot Yummy, which is new this year and sells for $348. With people planning their costumes and celebrations earlier in the year, retailers see shoppers spending earlier as well in 2021. Well, actually, in 2021, actually. So let's hold on one second. Um, yeah, 1 second. All right, so um, okay, let's get into it right here, man. So yes, in 2021, 45% of consumers were expected to start shopping in September or earlier, up from 36% 5 years ago. 39% of consumers plan to start the first 2 weeks of October, leaving only 16% of last minute shoppers waiting until the end of the month. Lowe's stated that they are seeing a demand for pricier Halloween items such as big lawn decorations. People to see don't see don't seem to be shying away from spending on these nice to have Halloween items. When you think about Halloween and you think about discretionary categories, it's probably as discretionary as you can get, said Bill Boltz, Executive Vice President of Merchandising at Lowe's. Um, and yes, and that's going to do for the last topic, which is Halloween related, which Halloween's around the corner. So I figured I'd play some Halloween theme sound effects so y'all can get a better idea on why I'm playing them. So yeah. Um I'll let this ride out a bit and then wrap up. Yep. I know why I'm doing this though, man. And because it's the 200 episode, I figured I'd just do this right there because it's just exciting to see people out there face to face doing their trick or treating and Halloween parties, and especially everything going down and stuff. So that's why I'm playing it, and and I want to play this one more time though, man. Seriously. Oh man. I had to because Halloween's on Monday. If I don't play it today, might as well do it. I might as well do it, and I might as well put this out probably on Monday or whatever. It depends on how I feel, though. You know what I mean? Oh man. Oh man. Yep. Okay. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this episode 200. I'm actually glad that you folks out there actually were there for me during this podcast journey. Sorry if two of my guest co-hosts couldn't make it, which is understandable. And for the most part,
Um, if you are you can make a charitable donation to my Cash App, which is G Money Stacks 555. That's $ capital G, lowercase MONEY, capital S, lowercase TACKZ 555, which is the same as my YouTube channel. Once again, it's not about breaking the bank. It's all about doing the best you can as a human being on whatever amount of money you choose to do and donate will be appreciated. And yes, so we're going to go to our last segment of the night, which is stream choices on the go. Let's go. All right. All right. You know what to do. You like what you heard? Go ahead and show some love by following Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast on Facebook alongside with Instagram, alongside with my other two shows, the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast, and the review show, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast. I do apologize. I'm not going to be able to record episode 90 tonight. I may have to do it tomorrow. So, you know what I'm saying? And make sure you follow your homie, G Money Stacks on the gram, which is G Money Stacks 555 in Queens, New York. And of course, turn on your notifications on when each episode is going to be dropping and when it's going to be recording. And of course, if you wanted to chime in on the Kanye West thing, you can go ahead and do that. I'll probably try to do a question, probably a 2-part question. One for Kanye West and the other one in regards to Trinidad James's nail manicure and stuff. So depending on how I feel though, you know what I'm saying? And speaking of which, let's get into where you can actually go to listen to each episode, new and latest. And if you go to the link in bio where it says Linktree/G Money Stacks 555, you're gonna see a whole list of audio streaming platforms whatsoever. And speaking of Anchor, that's where we're gonna start with right here. So Anchor, Audacity, Audible, Audio Burst, Amazon Music, Breaker, Castbox FM, Deezer, Listen Notes, Moon FM Podcast, Player FM, Pocket Cast, Podbay, Podfriend, Podopolo, Podorama, Podcast Index, Podcast Addict, Podchaser, Podverse, Reason FM, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, Google Podcasts, and of course, you can make a 5-star rating on Podchaser, Podfriend, Apple Podcast, and alongside with Spotify with a 5-star rating and a review will be appreciated. And you can listen to Off the Meat Rack Chainz New York podcast episodes on Radio Public alongside with iHeartRadio, the #1 app for music, radio, and podcast. It is a free app. You don't need a credit card or a debit card to do any of the payments. The app is free. You can download it to your iPhones, your Androids, and your iPads, and your Android tablets. And be sure to follow my other shows. It's also on iHeartRadio as well, which is the Sports Edition show of Excellent Fun Vibrant Talks podcast. The other platform, which is also on iHeartRadio, which is Meticulous Vibe Juice podcast review show. All right. And once again, I do apologize. I'm not going to be able to record episode 90 tonight. I'll have to do it tomorrow. And by the way, make sure you follow the podcast shows that I'm doing on every streaming platform that I just mentioned, and make sure you grab that subscribe button for me on every streaming platform, including YouTube, by the way, folks, which is the YouTube channel page of G Money Stacks 555. Make sure you click on that noti bell so you can be reminded when the show goes on the air via live stream. Leave a like and a comment along with the episodes, more video content, upcoming episodes, previous episodes, and of course, be sure to listen, stream, and watch the episodes in case you missed the new and latest episodes previously that's been dropped. Everything is on the YouTube channel page, as I said, with all the New York episodes already uploaded and posted to the YouTube channel page. So, without further, and so, actually, you can tell a friend to another friend. Make sure you share the episodes, download these episodes, share the videos, and of course, be sure to share the podcast along with your friends. Actually, your wives, your husbands, your boyfriends, girlfriends, your friends, the people you're cool with, and all that great stuff right there. That's gonna do it for me. I appreciate every single one of you who 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 stuck around with me on my podcast journey to reaching episode 200. Which, by the way, I'm going to actually mention the episode title. Let me just get to it. The episode title name is, hang on a second. By the way, um I actually want to make sure that let me just get this right actually. Okay, so appreciate every single one of you who came along with this journey. In the 200 episode name is Celebration the 200 Milestone, and of course Music Fest, which we went over the highlights of music artists, performances of iHeartRadio Music Festival and BET Hip Hop Awards, which I didn't get a chance to watch. Um and yeah. So as I said before, I'm going to say this again. Please do not enable Kanye West's do not stop enabling this guy, man. You know what I'm saying? Enabling the guy with his wild behavior and all that other stuff. And I would actually, boycott his Yeezys, boycott his clothes that look awful, and of course be against hate speech. You know what I'm saying? Because the way I see it, he's already on the bottom of a sucking fucking ship. He's already on a sucking fucking ship already during a Poseidon water main break. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the perfect storm either. I'm talking about Poseidon. Poseidon, man. You know what I mean? He's already drowning. He's already drowning already, man. And he's already falling right now, and his ass is hurt right now for being dropped from corporations. And there you have it right here, folks. So listen, remember the grind doesn't stop. If you want something, in your pocket or whatever, you gotta work for it, and it has to be earned. Hard work pays off. New York wasn't built in a day. Of course, um, find your voice, be true to yourself, and be sure to find something that clicks to you. mentally, physically, and spiritually, which I will actually address next. Um, yeah, mentally, physically, and spiritually, your well-being is important. Your well-being is more important than money. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be like the King Midases and the Scrooges, like the McDucks. You know what I'm saying? um, all right, man. Also, follow your dreams. Make sure you stick to what you want to do, creatively speaking. As a creator myself, make sure you own your stuff. Make sure you stay independent, of course, with your craft, because you know we're living in a day and age where there's scammers and stuff, so you want to be careful with that shit. With that being said, um make sure you find something that not only makes you happy mentally, physically, and spiritually, and of course be sure to also be you. Don't worry about being a people pleaser. And also be sure to find something that also gets you into your zone, along with tunnel vision, with your creative ideas and stuff. So there you have it, folks. G Money Stacks is clocking out for the night. And of course, I wish y'all a happy Halloween in advance. Enjoy your Halloween weekend. And I hope y'all to stay safe, stay liquid, take care of one another. Be careful out there while you're trick-or-treating with the people that you're taking with you and all that great stuff. And that's it, man. Peace and one love. And I do apologize for my guest co-host that couldn't make it, and that's all right. If something came up, that's understandable. So I'm not worried about that too much, though. But maybe next time. You know what I mean? Remains to be seen. So there you have it. Um, Peace and one love. Enjoy the rest of your week, including your Halloween weekend. Happy Halloween in advance, and have yourselves a good night, folks.